The following is a Broncos Broadcast Network production.
Good evening, Broncos. I'm Eric,
This is Justin Medina.
and we are here bringing you our first regular season game against the Haines City Hornets. Now, we're trying to come back from a lackluster season going 2-7. So, what do you expect to see from us today?
I definitely have some expectations for tonight's game. We got some new additions to the team, some new coaches working things out. So I definitely want to see more points on the board than when we faced this team last year.
And I do definitely agree. I do expect us to not get as desperate. I expect us to run the ball a little bit more, maybe go through our progressions, and I expect us not to get desperate for like the deep ball. But of course, you can never underestimate Haines City. If we're talking about the performance from last year, we did not do great. We got shut out, so I do expect us to do way better. This is a very much improved team.
For sure. And Haines City is a well-developed team. They've had
course.
years at this school,
Of course.
and we're a new team, new football team, trying to get off the ground
Of
running.
course. But as you say, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. And the game is ready to be started. The captains are walking on the field now, and it's always a nice feeling when a new football season starts. We don't get a lot of football played, so it's as soon as the ball leaves the grass, you can expect.
You can expect some magic to happen,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
The Hornets elect to receive, as we heard. The Hornets elect to receive, which means that we are going to kick off.
What a great way to start the season for the Broncos.
Start the season. It's great that we get to show off our defense. A great unit as we saw last year. It was our better unit, honestly. So it's great to see. We're gonna come out swinging. We're gonna come out hard. I promise.
Indeed, I'm looking for a big play to be made. A tackle for loss, maybe a sack.
But of course, you can't underestimate Haines City. They have a run-heavy offense. You could tell from last season they were very run-heavy, and
Indeed.
we need to see how we hold up to that.
It's going to be a test of our linebackers and D-line for sure.
And that entrance really gets you hyped up for the season.
Oh, yeah,
doesn't
the
it?
Broncos made quite a spectacle coming out onto the
Yeah,
field.
right. They're going to let you know that they're coming, and they're coming hard. And we are
off. They
start
try
with
an
the
onside.
kick. Oh, my goodness.
That's a bold move
What
by the
a bold move
Broncos.
to start off the season. It wasn't successful, but you have to admire it. But also, you question it at the same time, don't you?
Yeah, that's a valuable field position to be lost by the Broncos.
I assume they were just trying to catch Haines City off guard, and I understand that. But personally, in my opinion, I would have went with the kickoff.
Oh, indeed.
But still, we do trust our defense here. So we'll see how this goes. Haines City's now on the field, making their first offensive play of the game.
Looks like they might come out with a run to start the game.
They go
And indeed,
inside
they do run the ball,
inside
and
run to
it's
start the game.
stopped.
It is stopped.
No
Great-
gain.
Great defense. Great defense. It's 2nd down and 10 now. There's a great stop, and you know that Davenport expects this run game. They don't expect a throw-heavy team at all. So
Oh,
they
yes.
do read this.
The coaches have definitely been going over this with their players.
They're looking
It's
at-
evident in their
yeah,
first stop.
You can tell they are coming for vengeance from last year. 2nd and 10.
Oh,
The QB,
the QB
scrambles.
scrambling.
QB scrambling.
Almost a sack there.
Almost a sack. And they get
And he's
that
knocked out of
tackle.
bounds.
Great play, great defense. They are very vigilant about the situation.
Quite a disciplined defense we have this year.
Ortez making the stop, pushing him out of bounds. 3rd down and 6. It was a 4-yard gain, that play.
This is the money down right here.
Way down right here. 3rd down, money down. The Hornets call a timeout this early in the game.
That's
wow.
quite a peculiar move to make,
It is peculiar.
seeing as the quarter just
but
started
as you can see,
less than a minute ago.
that shows the intimidation factor that the Broncos have, though.
It does indeed.
The Broncos are here to play, and you can tell that they're coming way fiercer.
The Haines City was definitely looking for a better start to this game.
Maybe in 3rd and 6 you expect a throwing play here from Haines City, and that's why they called a timeout. Maybe they weren't ready for that.
They will most, yeah.
Third and 6. Let's see how this goes.
Got 2 receivers on the left side. They motion.
Motion to the left. Maybe a run play to the left.
Oh, it's a
to
run
the
play. It's a
left.
run play. They
Run
weren't
play to the left. Oh my goodness. Oh, great
That's a
play.
Big gain by Haines
Big
City.
gain by Haines City. Their play worked out. Maybe the timeout was worth it. Maybe the timeout was worth it.
Just what they needed, apparently.
That's just what they needed. They needed a play like that to start the game off because they were getting contained. Hornet 1st down. Let's see where they go from here. You think they go for the same game plan? Maybe go for a halfback run.
I could see that happening.
Yeah. Pick up of 15 yards.
That
Great
play
running
certainly proved more consequential since Davenport decided to go for an onside.
Yes, now that you think about it in hindsight, that would be correct.
And they run the ball again.
Run the play inside. He's still running. Oh, okay.
Gains decent yardage.
Decent yardage. It's what they need. They expect out of runs like this. You can tell that the Broncos are very committed to the run defense. Picks up 3 yards. It is 2nd down and 7 now. You would love to see this run defense continue from the Broncos.
We have our strong safety, Ortez, close to the line of scrimmage. Maybe might be going for a blitz here.
Screen pass to the left, and they get a lot of yardage.
Big yardage.
Big yardage there. They were expecting a tackle near the line of scrimmage, but they just couldn't reach out and get it. Unfortunate play for the Davenport Broncos. A 20-yard run, the biggest play of the game so far. Not what you like to see. Not what you like to see from Davenport.
Indeed, it went from a great stoppage from that first pass
Whoa.
to conceding almost 40 yards now.
Yeah. One thing you can say about Haines City, although they do not throw the ball a lot, they are very elusive with their run plays. They're very unique, very creative. They don't go for the same play.
Very disciplined.
But let's see how Davenport handles that. Go for another run play. Run to the left. Oh, they get the tackle on the 2nd attempt.
Right on the goal line, almost.
Right on the goal line. You would like to see an earlier stop than that. First down, maybe
Hopefully
two.
the Broncos can keep him out of there.
Maybe 2.
Leave him
3
to a field goal.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 yards left to go. First and
But their
goal.
chances are not looking that great.
But you never know. Football is a game of inches.
It is.
They go for.
The QB scrambles out.
The QB scrambles. Maybe that was not the right play for Haines City.
And he's down.
He's down
at the 2. Or
about. Great defense from Davenport. Great. They read the QB keeper. Honestly, I didn't believe that was the greatest play for Haines City to run there, but it's great defense from Davenport reading what was going on there. They stopped them from getting a touchdown in that possession. Let's see if they can do it again.
2 more downs to go.
No receivers out there. You can tell they're going for a running play. QB keeper. Amazing stop from Davenport.
A failed attempt by Haines City. They
They
might hold them out right here.
They might hold them out. An amazing read from Davenport. They saw that the QB was going to keep it. And it was amazing defense down the middle. 3rd and goal now for Haines City. Do they get this stop here?
This is a tough position for Davenport to be in.
It is a tough position.
It's quite close to the goal line, and any run play could end up a touchdown.
We notably do have better red zone defense.
You have a timeout called.
A timeout called. Maybe Haines City does have to regroup. They need this touchdown here to get some momentum to start the game.
They might try a passing play for these extra yards.
Maybe. I do expect something, maybe like a screen pass, maybe catch the Broncos off guard just to get those last few yards to get that touchdown. But Davenport has showed that they are very prepared for the plays that Haines City has ran against them.
Oh, yes, quite disciplined in this red zone.
Now they are back on the field, Haines City. Haines City on offense. It is 3rd and goal. Let's see what they draw up.
Looking like they might try another run.
There's no receivers. Might be another QB keeper.
And they go for it.
They go for it.
It looks like it's in.
It looks like a touchdown.
Looks like a touchdown
It's
for
a
Haines
touchdown.
City.
Touchdown, Haines City.
Haines City strikes first.
Haines City does strike first. They played very well that drive. I do have to say there was a very well drive. A lot of change up in their running plays.
A slow start, but they came through.
And it's a shame to see because not only was the onside kick clearly very, very, in hindsight, it was not the best decision to make for Davenport.
And it proved consequential in the
It
end.
did prove consequential. And they were 3rd and 6 on the 50-yard line. You just
Going for a
never
two-point
know.
conversion
Going
here.
for a 2-point conversion.
Can the QB get it in?
Can the QB get it in?
He
They
looks like he's
spins.
reaching for it.
Fumble, and
Is Haines City gonna pick it up?
oh, the play is
stop the
dead.
play.
2-point conversion failed. Davenport was ready for that one. Great defense causing the fumble. 6-0, keeping the damage to a minimal. They are keeping the damage to a minimal from several mistakes that they made in the first drive. Let's see how our offense plays. First drive of the season for our Davenport offense. What do you expect?
I'm expecting a big play to come out of there.
I do expect a big play. I also do expect Aiden to check his checkdowns, throw at his checkdowns, make his progressions, a few running plays. I do expect our team to be much more disciplined.
I believe we'll be seeing more of a game of yards than
Yes,
long
more
bombs
of a
down the
game
field
of
this
yards.
year.
Yes, I do agree, but we do have the capability to throw. We do have the capability to throw, and I do expect that. I do expect to see a good amount of throwing plays. 6-0. It is 6-0 with 7:44 left in the first quarter.
And the Broncos are going to receive the football.
First offensive drive for the season for the Broncos. It gets you excited. It's a footnote of what's to come.
How amazing would it be to see a return here?
Oh, that would be great. That would be amazing even. You don't expect you expect the kickoff here, right? And the kickoff is what we see.
Picked up by number 12.
Picked up by number 12. He
Good
runs
blocking.
It. He runs
Good
it.
blocking.
Oh!
Pushed out of bounds.
He pushed out of bounds. The push out of bounds saved the touchdown for Haines City. Great play, but also a great return from 12, doing what he had. It was great blocking from Davenport. It makes you excited. That was a great play, just coming straight off the marks. He was one tackle away from getting a touchdown right there.
Indeed.
The offense is ready to come out.
Offense
You expect to see some good things, don't you? Aiden George out there at quarterback.
What are the Broncos going to do here? And the
Broncos
first snap for the
start
Broncos.
is a run down the middle, gets
Gain of 1.
Minimal gain, but
Even if.
But I do understand a run play first. A run play first does make sense there. Maybe feel out the defensive line of the Haines City.
It's a smart move to
Smart
get the
move.
nerves off of these
Get
players.
the nerves off of these players. And maybe test our run game too. We are a team that is known to throw a lot, so it's good to get the running game in there. Second down and about the same. Let's see what we do here. I'm expecting maybe a throwing play in this position.
Oh, and Aiden
QB
takes it.
keeps it. The QB keeps it, but Haines City reads it well.
Very minimal game for the Broncos.
Davenport tried some trickery, but Haines City was ready for it. This shows that they are a very experienced, well-behaved school. 3rd and 8, you have to expect a throwing play here, right, Justin?
Indeed. Quite similar to the same position Haines City was in on their previous drive.
Let's see if we can capitalize off of it. Show them that we're not here to play. About 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. Let's see what we do here. Big run, throws it short to number 5.
Looks like he
Good
can pick up a
juke
first
move,
down.
and he picks up the first down, and he's still
Extra
running.
yards.
He's still running.
Dragging a trail of Haines City players
Dragging a trail
behind
of
him.
Haines City players. He is ready, and he is not playing around, hyping up the Davenport offense. Great play. Great play from Carl. Broncos first down, and you have to see, after a play like that, Carl might get more targets here, showing that he gives energy to the Davenport offense. Timeout called here. You had to love that play, didn't you?
Oh, it was amazing.
Amazing play. Carl just 2 defenders on him. It did not stop him in the slightest.
They were down, but not out.
Absolutely. It's a great play. Great to see that our throwing game and our wide receivers are playing very well. Let's see if this continues during this drive. Davenport about the 35-yard line.
They could possibly go for it right here. They have the players to do so.
They do, but they don't need to. Honestly, they don't need to. They can go for it all, but I do want us to play pretty safe. I do like how the game is going right now.
But with only 2 wide receivers, it's most likely looking like a run.
But you never know. We are known to run some trick plays, but we'll see. 1st and 10.
A motion.
Aiden takes the ball. Motion.
Aiden keeps it.
Aiden spin move. Presses circle and gets good yards.
Possibly a gain of 9.
Gain of 9. As we see, Aiden does like to hit circle a lot. He does love the spin move. He does love the spin move. And it works for him.
He's
Seems
a good
like
rushing QB as well.
He also seems like he's limping on the field. No, he's fine. He's fine. Maybe got hit on the thigh there, but he's okay to play. Oh, run
And number
for
2
the
takes
right.
it out
Number
wide
2
to the
takes
right.
Good blocking.
Good gain. He
Good
picks
blocking,
up the first
good
down.
gain. See, something I love seeing from the Davenport offense is even though the tackle is trying to be made, they don't stop running. They definitely do not stop running.
They never stop moving their feet.
They
That's
never
for sure.
stop moving their feet. But that's an homage to their coaches. Their coaches are definitely training them well. Just don't stop moving their feet, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Broncos at around the 18-yard line.
Around the 18-yard line. The offense is looking great.
Possibly could be a pass play here.
Could be a pass play. 1st and 10. A run down the middle.
Poor snap.
Poor snap. Poor snap. Not the greatest play for Davenport to run there. Maybe try a little bit more of the passing game. Throw a check down there. Haines said he reads the offense well.
3 downs to go for the Broncos.
3 downs to go for the Broncos here. With 3:46 left on the clock. 2nd down and 12. It was a loss of 2 there, actually. So Haines said he read the ball very well.
Quite a disappointing position for them to be in.
Disappointing, but they're not out. They are in their opponent's red zone. They are ready to make a play. About 2nd 12. Let's see what they do there. It's nothing, but it's only a throwing play, isn't it?
Playing with 3 receivers on the left
Playing with
side.
3, it's definitely a throwing play.
Let's see how Haines City reads this. Timeout called.
Time. Another timeout called.
Quite a few timeouts used in this first quarter.
But it's the first game of the season. What do you expect? I do see that these timeouts are being put to good use. It's taking a while to run this 2nd and 12 play, isn't it? So you do expect to see something good.
The Broncos are trying to get rolling. They don't want to make the wrong move here.
They do not want to make the wrong move.
Especially at a loss of yards.
They want the touchdown here. They don't want to settle for anything less.
Possibly going for the pass. 11 looks like he just has 1 man on him.
I do have a lot of high hopes for 11 in this play. Oh, and Aiden runs
And Aiden takes the ball.
Oh, and great tackle. Oh, a flag is thrown. Maybe rough. A penalty marker is thrown. Maybe he roughed up Aiden a little too much, but honestly, I don't see that as the greatest play for the Broncos to run there.
Definitely not. Definitely not in the position they're in currently.
It definitely,
as well.
in my eyes, it definitely should have been a throwing play. But we'll see what they do now. Let's see what the flag is.
Possibly a little bit of a crumble from the O-line there.
And the flag is on Haines City. Second and 7. So Davenport does catch a little bit of a break in that possession, or in that play. But we'll see what they do now.
Knocking on the door of Haines City's end zone.
The ball is spotted at the 10-yard line. We'll see what. They seem hasty. Haines City doesn't seem ready. It's a run.
Oh,
And
wait. A fake play by the Broncos.
You can see they ran the play quickly. They didn't think that Haines City was ready, but clearly we were wrong. And this is why I say you cannot underestimate Haines City. They are ready at all times. They are a very disciplined, well-behaved team.
Yeah, like I said earlier, they're a well-established team. They've been at this for years.
Only a gain of 1. We'll see what we do here.
The discipline of experience is clearly evident.
It's clearly evident. And another run play here, and the flag is thrown by 2 refs. Honestly, you do want to see more throwing plays. You do want to see more passing plays from the Broncos offense. Maybe put a little bit more trust in Aiden, but they do have a game plan.
Indeed. A passing play is not above them. They definitely can do it. Two minutes left to go in the first quarter.
You do want to see Davenport put some points on the board before the quarter ends. Third and 7, penalty on Davenport. Perhaps the offensive line got a little too antsy.
Moved back quite a bit.
Moved back quite a bit. You hate to see it.
They have to go for the pass here.
They do have to go for the pass here. You would love to see them make a great play here in the passing game.
Last possession left before they could possibly be forced to go for a field goal.
Or a punt, or maybe go for it. That's not past them either. But we'll see. We'll see what they do here. Drawing up a play. Of course, you do expect a passing play of some sort. They do have a lot of yardage to make up.
3 on the left-hand side. A little bit of confusion.
A little bit of confusion. You do want to see the wide receivers more prepared for a play like this. And Aiden steps back. He's going to get sacked, get swarmed. And his helmet comes off. Haines City with an amazing sack.
Disappointing for the Broncos, for sure.
Disappointing for the Broncos.
They definitely wanted to see something better than this.
You can't blame Aiden. Aiden wanted to see the pass. He didn't see a pass that he quite liked, and he got rushed.
But nothing less than a great play for Haines City.
Great play for Haines City. Knocked his helmet off. Wow. What do you see here? I think we're seeing a punt here.
I've never seen this type of formation before. I'm not sure what the Broncos are trying to do.
A punt nearly blocked, but he gets it off in time.
Within Haines City's 10.
Within Haines City's.
Picked up by the Broncos.
Ooh. Fielded at the 10. A great punt. You love to see that for Davenport. Now you have to have some trust in Davenport's defense here. They're in a great position.
Puts quite a long drive ahead of Haines City, that's for sure.
And you did see this really does show what Davenport's defense is made of, because we couldn't see that a lot in the first drive considering the onside kick.
Especially in a run-dominant team, it's really going to test the Broncos' discipline in their defense to go this long.
You do have to put a lot of faith in the defensive linemen in this game. They go for a running play to the left, hand it off to number 2. Gets some blocks, but gets tackled relatively short.
Gain of about 2 yards.
Gain of
Oh, nope. Looks like around 4.
around 4 yards. Second down and a long 5, about 6. You'd like to see an earlier stop there, but it's still a stop.
So a long way to go for Haines City.
The first quarter comes to an end, 6-0 Haines City. You do want to see more out of Davenport as a whole in this game. You do want to see Davenport do more in this game.
The first quarter comes to the close, and it's 6-0 for Haines City.
You do know Davenport does have a lot of trust in their defense, and it's been that way ever since football started here.
Interesting to see what the coaches are saying to each of their squads now.
Coaches are already preparing their players. They're going back to the field. The second quarter is just about to start. And I know I sound like a broken record, but you do want to see more from Davenport this game. You do want to see more from their offense, and you want to see their defense get a stop.
Oh, definitely. My expectations were quite high.
Again, it's a second and a long 5.
Oh, Haines City with the handoff.
City handoff, nearly
A double handoff by Haines City.
It was a double handoff, and if
Not
you saw
something
closely,
done commonly.
If you see closely, the ball was not secured by the first handoff, but they managed to secure it, and Davenport gets a good stop there. Third down and 4, so it was about a yard gain, but we do want to see Davenport get a stop here. Screen pass short.
Oh.
A short screen pass.
Incomplete.
Haines City did want to see that screen thrown a little higher, but that's just not how it went. And Davenport saw it, and they got the stop that they needed.
Haines City did have success with that in previous plays.
Hornets go to punt. And that's the defense you want to see from Davenport. You do want to see them be ready for mistakes that Haines City makes like that.
100%. We also want to see a great return here by the Broncos. Make sure we stay in the Haines City's half of the field.
The return is going to be made by Carl, number 5 on the Davenport Broncos. And after seeing what Carl has done on the offensive drive, you do expect to see a good return here. They go for the punt. Not about
Looks
to
like
get
the Broncos
returned.
won't be able to make a play out of that one.
Decent punt coming from the Haines City punter now.
Punt lands on the 43-yard line.
Now with the opportunity being made here, starting at about the middle of the field, you do want to see some good things from the offense. You do want to see some good things. Maybe Make the passing game more effective. Maybe let the O-line hold up and give Aiden some time to throw the ball.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking to see a little bit of a mix-up in their offense. The run game seems to not quite be working as well as they hoped.
But do not abandon it, because once you abandon it, they're going to expect it.
Broncos seem to be in a running formation.
A running formation on 1st and 10. The whistle is blown, stopping play shortly.
The refs discussing the reason for the stoppage.
It is taking some time here. But that is no issue. If anything, it's giving the players more rest. Be prepared for what's next.
Just giving the Broncos more time to get ready.
We're setting the clock to 10:08. The clock was running a little bit after that stoppage. It was reset to 10:08. Still 6-0, Haines City. The play starts now. It looks like a running play. Handed off down the middle. Haines City gets stopped.
Small gain for the Broncos.
Small gain. Stop, but with some gain. You do like to see that Davenport is utilizing their run game. Of course, they do have very capable running backs. But you do want to see more versatility in their offense. Because like you said, it's not past us.
Definitely have to pick up some more yards to make this team more effective.
Second down and about 8 for Davenport. Let's see what
Looks
they
like
do
they're
here.
going for the same play again.
About the same play.
Oh, Aiden pops
Aiden
out.
pops out.
Looking for somebody down the
Looks
field.
like he's going to throw it away. Oh, nearly
almost.
an amazing play by 11.
Amazing attempt.
Amazing
attempt by Jonathan Fields.
And not only that, but Aiden, the fact that he got the ball off near a receiver, giving him a chance to make that play was a great throw, nearly falling down, getting rushed.
And there seems to be a flag on the field.
Flag on the field, but you do love seeing that effort on the passing game from Davenport. The call is on Davenport, unfortunately. It's gonna
Moved back 4 yards.
They're gonna move back a few. The ball is back to the 41-yard line. It's very unfortunate to see after a great effort from Davenport on that play. Well, we'll see what they drop here.
Looks like they're going for another run to get them back in it. Pitched out to number 28.
Pitched back to number 28.
He
Makes a good run. Good run.
He picks up about 8 yards.
Picks up a good amount of yardage, the yardage that they needed to keep the drive alive.
Indeed, it's difficult being stopped back there.
It's about at the Hornets 49 now. 3rd down and 3. He picked up some very much needed yardage there.
But now here's the big decision for the Broncos. Do they run it or
Or do
pass?
they pass? I do expect to see some trickery on this drive. Something that will get Haines City thinking. Especially on this play right here. This is a big play for Davenport. Because not only do they need the 1st down, but they want the momentum.
Number
And they
28
run down the middle,
receives
and
the ball
he's
again. He
still
shakes
up.
off one tackle,
He shakes
two.
off one tackle, but everyone in
Swarmed by
Haines
Haines
City, they're
City.
swarmed.
Number 28, Isaiah
They were
Pierre.
ready for the running play. Great defense from Haines City. It shows that they are not here to play either.
Looks like the Broncos are going to punt.
It's not. You wouldn't like to see such a simple play get run by Davenport in that situation.
Especially a few times in a row.
Especially a few times in a row. You're right, Justin. It looks like they're about to punt. Maybe they can get some luck on this punt. He punts the ball.
Good
Deep
punt.
Beautiful punt. Oh,
And the Broncos are going to contain it.
Bro's going to continue about
the
the
18.
20. About the 18. Justin was correct about that call. And it's a beautiful punt. We did see some good fortune there by special teams. No, you do expect the same game plan from Haines City here because it does work.
It does. Haines City's game plan is definitely seeming to be working against the Broncos defense. They need to come at them with something new.
They do like what they're doing. See, this game plan brought them about a 500 record last year. So they do trust it.
Seems to be another run. Hand
A
it
run
off to
down
number
the
9.
middle, a run down the middle, and Davenport stops it, and he gains about 4 or 5. He doesn't want to fall down.
Stays on his feet, but is carried back.
Not much going there. A gain of about 5. It's 2nd and 5.
Number 2
run
with the ball.
to the right. Number 2 with the ball, and he gets the yardage he needs to get the
Good
first
play
down.
by Haines City. Another first down.
And one thing about this style of play, it minimizes what Davenport has on the defensive back group.
And the
You have
Haines
a-
City has definitely perfected their run game.
Yes. And we do have a very strong defensive back group. So this type of play maybe is a disadvantage for Davenport. Timeout called here. Both teams need to look some things over for this drive.
Definitely need to see some new hope in the eyes of the Broncos.
Yeah, the Broncos are expecting either a stop or maybe a turnover in this position. Because with the turnover, you do also get the momentum on your side. And
Momentum is something the Broncos are seeming to be short
it's
of.
very important. If you watch the game of football, you understand that momentum in football is very important, especially since it's home field advantage. for
Definitely.
Davenport.
And the Broncos do have something to prove coming off of a poor season last year.
And out of Davenport, you never want to see a team minimize the damage. You want to see them win and prove a point. And that's what we're supposed to expect from Davenport here.
For sure.
And I hope they believe that too. I hope they think that as well.
Haines City
Haines City
finally
makes a
passing the ball,
pass.
but the QB takes
QB
it.
keeps it. He doesn't see a pass
Seems
he
as he
likes,
has
and
no
he
target.
Oh!
And it's a fumble, but seeming to be recovered by Haines City.
Maybe it wasn't a fumble. I think I did see his knee touch the ground before the ball came out of his hands. And you almost saw a passing play from Haines City, which is a very rare occurrence, but he didn't see a pass that he liked. And he did what he was comfortable with, which was the run play.
Just an testament to the Broncos' pass defense.
Yeah, as you can see They don't like going for passing plays. The Broncos' pass defense is one in its own, and it's very, very capable of containing the Haines City pass. They go for a throw again. A flag is thrown. A pretty nice pass thrown from Haines City, but we'll see who the flag is on.
Illegal
Called
procedure against Haines City.
Haines City. A nice break for the Broncos here.
Indeed, that will move Haines City back quite a bit.
But you don't want to see Davenport win off of breaks. You want to see them make defensive stops and make a statement here with their defense. A 2nd down and 8. You do expect to see Haines City make a run play here. Perhaps not one with too many tricks.
Seeming to have receivers out again. They might be going for another
They're
pass.
going
Indeed,
for
they
another
are.
pass. Again,
Number
doesn't like
8,
the
lot
pass. He likes
23
throws
seems
it
to be
deep.
available.
Another flag is thrown. Good tackle. Good catch.
Good play by Haines City.
An amazing play by Haines City. A flag is thrown, though.
Another flag thrown. And they did run the same play as the
Perhaps
as
on
the
Haines
previous
City
one.
again, and yes. Which might negate a gigantic gain from Haines City, which you didn't expect to see on a passing game.
Seems to be having some bad luck with that play there.
Perhaps in bad luck, but you also want to see more from the defensive backs of the Broncos. They should have... It was holding on the offense, which is a shame for Haines City, but...
Back Haines City up 10 yards.
Back to about the 20-yard line.
2nd and 20.
You do love seeing the defense is drawing a whole lot of holding. And you do like seeing that. It shows that they're being hard to contain.
Another
throwing
pass.
play. We'll see
Maybe
what they
the
do.
Broncos can
They
pick
throw
something
it
off
deep.
here.
A beautiful
Oh!
pass!
Amazing
Amazing
accuracy
pass,
from the QB.
amazing accuracy, and amazing athleticism from the wide receiver.
Makes you forget what loss of yards there were.
He gets the same amount of yards back. Haines City is not here to play, and they said that we can pass too.
Indeed, from deep in their own, from coming into ours.
Right into Broncos territory. You hate to see that for Davenport. Based on our abilities, you'd want to see that get contained way more efficiently.
Especially in double coverage.
Especially in double coverage. If not an interception, at least a pass breakup. But Haines City shows that they have capabilities in the passing game too. So it's 1st and 10. Haines City with all the momentum it seems. Excuse me. Do you see them utilizing the passing game more? Have more trust in it?
Haines City does seem to be switching motivations here, going from predominantly running to changing up to pass game.
They do believe that they can utilize it a lot more against the Davenport defense, which is not great to see.
Just showing the depth of what they can do.
Well, football is also a game of runs. So you do want to see a play that will spark up a run for Davenport. But right now, with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter, it's been all Haines City.
They do seem to be leading this game. Broncos does have to come up with some magic here to stop the momentum that Haines City seems to be building at quite a consistent rate.
It's a run play here. They do, of course, they are still a run-heavy team, but it's contained by
A
Davenport.
good stop by the Broncos.
A good stop by the Broncos, and it's something that you need to see to have some hope. Now with that stop, and there's been consistent stops on the running game, do you expect to see more passes here?
I could see another pass coming out of Haines City.
But again, Haines City is
With this
always,
run being stopped, they might revert back to it. Because it
Or-
did pick them up quite a big gain of yards.
potentially, as you can see, Haines City doesn't gain a lot from basic running plays.
Haines
But
City
they
sends out some more receivers.
sends out some more receivers, maybe testing out the pass again. And they do. They step back. It might be a sack. He runs down the middle. It's a great stop. A great stop
Amazing
from number
stop by-
48, 98, excuse me.
Third down, money down. This is where the Broncos can force Haines City to attempt a field goal or possibly a punt.
But with Haines City playing the way they're playing, you can't put it past that they might go for it.
Oh yes, they certainly have come back from a loss of yards. That was evident. Pretty evident in this drive.
They do have a lot of trust in their offense, and deservingly so. Their offense has been playing very efficiently today. Third down. We'll see what they draw up.
QB
Might
pops
be a
out.
throwing play. Throws
Oh,
short.
chucks it straight down to the
and
ground.
a flag is thrown.
You wonder what the QB was thinking there. His man seemed to be wide open.
He was also pressured. It is a hold on Haines City. Now, do they decline or do they take it? What would you do in this situation? I personally would decline the penalty, make it fourth down. Or do you take it?
That's a tough call up to the coaches. Deciding what's best for their team.
Because if they do elect to accept it, you do see Haines City drawing up another running play. Maybe gain the few yards that they needed back.
And this is a position Haines City was in previously in this drive. And they made quite a play off of it.
They're going to play fourth down, I assume.
Haines City going for a pass.
Haines
And
City
it's a
going for it,
sack!
And it's a sack. Beautiful play. He does. His feet still
Number
moving, but they make
18.
the play. They blitz, and it pays off. Oh, my goodness.
Amazing.
Amazing defense
Amazing
from
for the
Davenport. They
Broncos.
said no. Not on my watch. They said no. It's a beautiful play from Davenport. Beautiful play. They get the ball back now. They trusted. They trusted their defense, and it paid off. Now you want to see the offense show something because they came off with a little momentum.
You definitely want to see the offense put out the same type of effort as the defense did.
It was a beautiful play, but let's see what the offense can do now with the situation they were put in about midfield.
Seems like Broncos might be going for a pass here.
You do want to see Broncos utilize the passing game more.
$16 moves to a tight end's position.
Running game again. Goes left. Doesn't get stopped, but gets stopped now. Good
Gain
tackle
of
from
about
Haines
2.
City. Gain of about 2 or 3. Yeah, I mean, I say it a lot, but you do want to see them trust Aiden a little bit more with his arm. Clear with receivers like Jonathan and Carl, you have to expect that we go for a throwing play. We do have very capable receivers and a very capable quarterback.
Oh yes, our depth at the receiver position is quite well.
One of our better units. Second and about 8. He throws
And it's
it.
a pass.
Oh, nearly
Oh.
intercepted. You do not want to see that off of Aiden. He did not have to rush that pass. He did not have to.
Could have been a first down for the Broncos had it not been quite low of a ball.
He did have to be a little more aware in that situation. But again, even with that mishap, you expect to see a throwing play here on 3rd down and long. Maybe we'll see a drop back. A drop back makes a lot of sense for Aiden in this situation.
Yeah, I could not see a team going for a run in this position.
And honestly, I don't think it's the right play. I do not think it's the right play, but Aiden's lined up. Lined up, goes
And
for
it's
the
a pass.
throw,
He's checking his
goes for a
options.
Pass, throws it
Airs it
deep,
out to number
airs it
11.
out, and it's
Oh,
too
it's
deep.
overthrown.
Overthrown. And if you notice,
Disappointing for the Broncos.
he threw it before Carl really started running completely. So you understand the overthrow, but you also don't at the same time. It's a very disappointing end to the offensive drive for the Broncos.
Special teams heads out for a punt.
With 2 minutes left on the game clock, we have to see if Davenport can give the ball back to the offense in time before our halftime starts.
Indeed, the defense has done a quite good job at keeping them at 6 points for this half.
Yeah, from that sack to that 2-point conversion stop, the defense has shown that they are really out there to play. But we do need to see the offense produce. As they say, offense wins games, defense wins championships.
This is quite a
Goes for
similar
a punt.
offense that we've seen last year.
Oh, and the ball rolls to about
Rolls out at about the 19.
the 15-yard line. Now, do you expect seeing the Davenport offense here in this half?
They have not shown up yet, but I'm hoping the coaches will open the door and the players will be there for themselves
Yes, sir.
to make
Yes,
some plays
sir.
here.
Now, with how the defense is performing, you might see the offense here maybe for 1 or 2 more plays, but you never know.
This is quite similar to how the Broncos were looking last year. A good, strong defense and a non-connecting offense.
And they
A
go for
run
a
by
run
Haines
play, and he picks up a good amount of yardage.
A little less than 2 minutes left in the half.
A little bit of trash talk after the tackle as well. You like to see that. Emotions flaring in this game, which what else do you expect from rivals?
It's good to see the competitiveness of the sport.
Now, the Broncos do start off with the ball after halftime, so maybe after a halftime speech, we can get something going.
Hopefully, because 6 points is
And they run down the
not a
middle.
big deficit to come back from.
Did he pick up the first down there? Just shy of the 25-yard line.
3rd down.
3rd and basically inches. We would like to see if Davenport can contain anything in this situation, but it's not very likely.
Even then, Haines City would probably just go for the first down if it's a small stoppage.
They do seem like they might run out the clock.
Haines City
They're
going for a
throw
pass.
play and
It
throw,
looks
and
like
he
it's
trips
completely covered.
over.
And he's down.
He's down. He trips over.
Loses practically 10 yards.
The turf got to him. The turf got to him. You never know. The turf monster does not stop. He plays every game. Never gets injured. It's unfortunate to see for Haines City because they were thinking of maybe running down the clock, but you don't see a play like that on 3rd and inches often.
Not at all.
Especially from Haines City. It's such a run-heavy team. You'd expect to see a run play there. in any capacity.
Especially if Broncos can get a good return from this possible punt that
Yeah,
Haines
it
City
could
might
be
go
a
for here.
gigantic mistake for Haines City. You never know.
Get it out of bounds, stop the clock.
And like I said, I predicted the Broncos might get a play or two before the half ends. They need to use this. They need to use this opportunity to its fullest potential. 32 seconds left in the half. Let's see what they do. They go for the punt.
Punt by Haines City. Picked
goes
up by
for the
number
gap.
5, but he's taken down.
Oh, beautiful tackle. Beautiful tackle from number 6 on Haines City. He
Good
was ready
punt
for
from
that.
special teams. Great
punt. It was
great effort.
a great play by special teams from Haines City on both sides with the tackle and the punt. But Davenport could do something with less than 50 yards to go for a touchdown. We'll see. You do expect them to air it out if they have enough time for it.
Oh,
If
definitely.
they make up some yardage. You don't expect to see many
But
running plays in this
These are the
situation.
type of situations you go over in practice. What do you do when you have possibly half the field to go and 30 seconds left?
I see here
You've got to get that ball out
you
of
have
bounds.
to run your checkdowns. You have to run your checkdowns and then go out of bounds. Maybe make up a little bit of yardage before you air it out at the last second.
You need good passes, and you've got to get that ball out of bounds to stop the clock.
And if you can't make a good pass, make it incomplete so the clock does not run. It goes for a throwing play. 5 deep.
He hits
Good
5,
throw, hits 5.
evades a
You
tackle,
want to see him go out of bounds there.
down and around the 10.
But they have a timeout to spare, I assume.
The clock looks stopped.
The clock looks. It's a great play. It seems like maybe a false start there. Or encroachment. The play started very quickly. I couldn't tell what went on.
Unsure of exactly what went on between both teams there.
Maybe the timeout was called first. $15 seconds to go. You do want to see them make maybe one more passing play, gain a little bit more yards to maybe go for the field goal or maybe just air it out for the touchdown. Excuse me. We'll see what Davenport
The Broncos
does here.
have definitely got to get yards, and they've got to get out of bounds. Got there on the right side, motion.
Motion. The
Flag
whistle is
thrown.
played. Flag thrown. Maybe an illegal motion. Maybe a problem from Haines City. Delay of game. Penalty.
Not good for the Broncos.
Not good, considering that they need to make up a lot of yardage to get a score here before the half ends.
Looks like a
unfortunate.
very quick huddle.
But at least there's no time lost on the clock here. They're running the same play
Another
here. Let's see
motion.
what they do. Same play. Oh, he might get sacked.
Number
He throws
2
it deep, airs it out.
Airs it out to number 5.
Too deep, but with the incomplete.
On the wrong side.
The clock stops due to the incompletion.
Clock stopped at a little less than 5
About
seconds.
4.8 seconds left. You expect them to go all in. I believe it's about third down. You expect them to go all in with this little time left on the clock.
Broncos definitely looking to make something happen here.
There's not much left you can do here. You can't, in this position, you can't really throw it short and go out of bounds. There's not much time for that.
There's no time left to use. It's now or never for the Broncos.
They're going back quite a margin. So you do have to have some faith in Aiden's arm in this situation.
Moved back what looks to be around 15 yards from their original position.
They made some mistake. 7 seconds left on the clock, so maybe there is some time for maybe one short check down to go out of bounds. But it's a shame to see that. It's very much a shame to see that, considering that they were in position to maybe
You can
get some
expect
points
it.
on the board.
You can expect a target going back to number 5. Oh,
He
11.
goes outside to 11. He runs deep. He wants to go out of bounds there. I don't think
Haines
he made
City
it.
does not let him.
He does not let him. Great
And the
defense from
clock
Haines City.
runs
The
out,
clock
and
runs
that
out
is the
for
end
first
of
half.
the first half.
6 Hornets, 0 to the Broncos.
You've got to give props to the Broncos defense for keeping them at 6 for the remainder of the half.
And you also love to give props. It's a very defensive showing this game. You can tell that both defenses do not want to let the other offense score.
Definitely connecting on both sides of the ball.
And you might have seen a 0-0 ball game if it wasn't for that onside kick at the start of the game.
Oh, for sure. That definitely cost them that touchdown.
And we are back for the second half. The Broncos are going to be on offense. How do you feel right now, Justin?
Quite a good first half. The defense of the Broncos definitely showed up and kept them at 6 points. Both sides of the ball, both teams were connecting perfectly.
As you can see, there's not been a lot of big plays yet. The score is still remaining very low, 6-0 Hornets. He gets returned, but he trips over, and the play is dead, unfortunately.
Takes a touch at around the 20.
It's a shame to see that. It's a shame to see that. And a flag is thrown. But like I was saying, it's a shame to see that he falls down. We were expecting a big return there, but let's see what they do with this football. Flag is thrown there. I assume it's on Davenport.
Possibly a holding call, maybe.
Well, the ball got called dead immediately. I don't think it's all that, but maybe, I don't know. You've been known to prove me wrong before. I would not be surprised.
The ref
Picks up the flag.
moving the ball back. Past the 15.
Yeah,
Past the 10.
yeah,
wait,
it was
nope, the
definitely
20.
It was definitely a penalty on the Broncos there. So it's starting with not very optimal field position, as you can see. Well, now they're going forward. Okay.
Ref leaves the ball on the 30.
I expect the run play here. What do you see?
Possible pass. They've got 3 on one side.
You might see that. It's a first down. We'll see what Aiden does. A handoff down the mid, not down the middle. He runs to the right. Gets dragged.
Tries to stay
Tries to step
inbounds.
back, and he's still
Tracks
up.
back. He's still on his feet.
still on his
the play's
feet.
not.
Oh.
Haines City cleaned out on the floor.
And 2 flags are thrown. Oh my goodness, he didn't want to fall down. It doesn't matter. One Hornet, 2 Hornets, 3 Hornets, 4.
That's got to be the call of the night.
It's a great play from Davenport, though. And they drew 2 flags.
Good effort from them, but they do get moved back.
Oh, it was Haines City that drew the flags. Well, pardon my mistake. I assume it's still first down. Very, very far back, though.
First and very long.
Well, first and 20. How about... And they get a run play, try to get some of that yardage back. Haines City is ready for it, gets an early tackle.
The Broncos have got to do something more to gain some yards.
And yes, I do agree. We do need to be way more efficient on offense. We do need to get some points on the board because we just can't win without putting points on the board. We do have a lot of trust in our defense, but we do need a little bit more.
The defense is doing their job. It's time for the offense to show up.
And yes, I do agree, Justin. I do agree. It's becoming very apparent. We need to see that fixed. We need to see that fixed.
Sadly, we're starting to look like the same team we were last year.
But you do have to show some love to the defense, holding them to way less points at this point. than they did last year. They clearly improved. It's a throwing play from Aiden.
And
Great ball.
Caught by number 5, Carl Jean Bart.
Oh my God, a great ball from Aiden trying to give us some momentum back. Make this man swallow his tongue. This is not the same team from last year. He's going to make you take that back, I promise.
Well, I have all hopes of being proven wrong. Third down, still quite some way to go for the Broncos.
They still, yes, they do have a lot of yardage to make up, but they did get a little bit back with that passing play. Let's see what they do now. We might see a blitz here from Haines City. And a flag is called, maybe a delay of game. Haines City players clapping it up. It seems to be on the Broncos.
.28 comes onto the field from the sideline.
Plays the same spot, third down.
Motion from the Broncos.
Motion for the Broncos. They do a throwing play. They get blitz immediately. Oh my goodness. A marker is down though. Might save the Broncos. Against the Hornets. They got saved there.
This flag might save them.
It might, because Hayden was not in a great position there, let's be honest.
That's a horrible spot to be punting from.
Less talking about the punt, more about the sack that was about to come. But Broncos do get some positioning back there. Still third down. Let's see what they do there. Hope the O-line holds up in this position. And they do. It gives them some time.
Not to 28.
Not the greatest pass. He cuts back, but a great tackle made by number 2, not letting him get any more yardage. It's going to have to be a punt for the Broncos. Another disappointing end for the Broncos offense. What can you say about them?
It's a very disappointing drive. We just have to see what they can do with this punt. Hopefully put it downfield.
Yes, maybe give the defense a chance to make another stop. They've been playing well today. And then once the defense does that, maybe we'll put the offense back on the field, maybe run some new plays, go deeper in the playbook, because what's going on right now clearly isn't working very well, and it's a shame to say that.
The defense can give the offense some definite confidence, especially if they make a big play happen. And it's a good
Nice
punt.
It rolls and rolls.
Lands at the 35, still rolling.
Oh, and another marker down ice.
Ball stops at the 20.
Ball stops at the 20. It was a great punt. The special teams unit is giving the defense something to work with. This defensive possession from the Broncos can set off the tone for the rest of the half.
For sure. There's definitely no doubt about that.
And I can tell from their demeanor, it seems like they're looking for a turnover here. They want more than they can chew here.
The defense needs to remain disciplined. That's what's really going to help keep the Broncos in this game. If the defense loses confidence just because the offense isn't connecting,
very much. I agree.
Definitely cost points.
Yes, absolutely. They cannot get desperate in this situation. They do have to stay disciplined like they've been doing all game. But the problem is here. The offense and the defense from Haines City has been very disciplined all game. But it seems for Davenport, the defensive unit has been the only one that's disciplined, making the right plays, which is a very unfortunate thing to see. But you have to keep some hope for the offense for Davenport.
As of right now, I think my previous statement about this team still stands.
the improved defensive unit comes back onto the field, and you do want to see a little bit more from the defensive back unit. We did expect a little bit better from them, but still the game is nowhere near over. There's still a lot of time left on the clock. They keep it close.
Indeed, still a lot of game to be played. Haines City's only 6 points up. It's definitely a winnable situation for the Broncos.
So. Very much so. Very much so. First down. First and 10, you do want to expect a running play here from the run-heavy Haines City.
Yeah, definitely only one receiver out on the left-hand side.
Absolutely. You do want to see Davenport run commit here. Maybe get a nice stop, maybe a loss of yardage.
Yep. This defense definitely knows what's coming.
You know, our unit is very aggressive. We have a very aggressive defensive unit, and you do want to see that here today. Taking a good while for the drive to get started here.
You can see active communication from the Broncos defense. It's a great sign.
Again, nothing but benefits when it comes to these long pauses in the games. It gives honestly both units a good time to rest, but it also lets the players think about what they're going to do. Our first and 10 here. Let's see what the Hornets do. Ryan, the QB keeps it.
Good pass, good rush from the defense. Amazing effort.
Great effort. They get the stop they needed, but they only need 2 more of those. Get back on track, because realistically from this position, the punt isn't going to be so great. They're going to get good field position for the offense here. You do want to see a stop from the Davenport Broncos.
Oh, for sure. If this defense can keep them behind that 30-yard line, the offense will definitely benefit from it.
Second and about the same. Run down the middle. They get a lot of yardage.
Good inside run from Haines City.
Good inside. Agreed. But the Broncos stopped just short of the first down. Third down and a little over a yard. They need to stop here. If they get the stop here, the momentum is going to be on their side. The offense is going to have great field position, and we might get something going.
It's definitely a good position for the Broncos to be in.
The snap is high, hands it off immediately. He gets a good run and he falls over, gets the first down. He gets more than enough to get the first down and keep the drive going. Very unfortunate, especially with the high snap. They made it work.
The momentum from Haines City is just not stopping.
You did want to see the defense do a little bit more, but what can you expect of them? They've been on the field a lot. They're
no doubt some of these players are definitely tired.
QB runs to the right,
Spin.
gets a deep run, and gets a good chunk of yardage out of it. Haines City is not stopping.
Definitely making decent progressions down the field. A game of yards is definitely working for the Haines City team.
It's a shame to see. You'd love to see the defense do a little bit more in this position, but fatigue is starting to become a factor to these players.
Number six comes out.
His right arm seems like it's hurt, maybe injured.
Number 15 goes in. Jamani Chinsur.
Free safety Giovanni Jimenez was the one that got out of the game. Perhaps we hope that he's well. There's a run here. Chops down, maybe gets enough for the first down yardage.
Possibly just behind it.
A short gain here.
We'll see what the refs decide.
See, You can see Haines City, they're chewing up a lot of the clock, getting a lot of
just
sugar.
behind.
Just behind, you're right. 3rd down and 1, you see. Yeah, Haines City is chewing up the clock a lot, getting a lot of small yardage per play, but enough to get the 1st down. Which isn't a good, this isn't great for the Broncos. And a timeout is being called to assess the situation.
Definitely a good position for Haines City to be in. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Even if they don't connect on this one, they definitely have another 4th down to try.
Yeah, the Broncos are starting to lose a lot of opportunities both on offense and defense. They don't seem to have the energy going or the energy that they need to proceed from this game, but you never know. Football is a game of yards as well. What do you think?
I think it's a pretty bad position for the Broncos to be in.
Very much so.
But as long as the defense stays in this game and they continue to perform, we'll do well.
Or maybe not stay in the game. It'd be good for the defense to get some rest.
15 comes out, replaced by number 6.
Number 6, a run play in the exact same position. He gets the same
flag
way.
is thrown.
Flag is thrown. A flag is thrown. He's running deep. Is the flag on Haines City?
This flag could determine the course of this game.
I believe the flag is on Haines City. The runner seems upset.
But no matter what, the confidence just gained by this Haines City team, that's not going away.
Oh my goodness. Negated what? I do believe the flag is on Haines City. So I'll spare my judgment until I know for sure.
A little confused as to the situation here. If they are going to allow Haines City to move all the way up, then this should be counted as a touchdown, considering
that the
play went into the end zone.
Yes, I do agree.
Quite a confusing decision here by the refs.
The scoreboard has not changed, but they go all the way up. Maybe it was a touchdown. It was a touchdown. It was a touchdown by Haines City.
Scoreboard remains unchanged.
Bit of confusion going on around the entire field, but I believe that the flag was either picked up or was on Davenport. But it seemed as it goes that it's a touchdown Haines City.
Still no change yet to the scoreboard.
But they get stopped on the 2-point conversion. The
points just added on the board.
And we can now confirm that that was a touchdown, about a 60-yard run from Haines City. Can you believe that? An amazing play, big gain here.
2-point conversion has failed, though, leaving them at 12.
We wish we could have gave you a little more on that, but it was a very confusing situation, and we apologize on our behalf. But it was a touchdown to Haines City. It was a very big mistake from the defense of Davenport, but at the very least, they did stop the 2-point conversion. I did say that our red zone defense was a lot better, and you can tell.
4 minutes left to go in the corner. Broncos receiving the ball.
Now, I don't want to say that they need this touchdown because there's a lot of time left on the clock.
But they definitely need to make something happen. This offense needs to come into this game.
Because if they have no momentum, no scores, where do they go from there?
Because right now, Haines City is dancing around in the front lawn of the Broncos.
The kickoff is there. Picked
Received
up
by number 5.
Yes.
Decent,
cuts.
good blocking
Good
going on.
blocking, but
But-
Haines City gets him.
Proves fruitless. Down at around the 20.
What a shame. Once you think that Davenport can get a lot in a situation, they just don't. It's very a shame from the special teams there. Now all the faith is back on the offense. You want to see good things here. And honestly, you need to see good things here.
You want to see a big gain from this offense because if the defense picks up the ball in this half of the field, especially at that position, it's going to be detrimental.
Yes, I do agree, Justin. There's not a lot of room for error here at this point. They dug themselves a hole, and we need to see them get out of it. First and 10, a throwing play, maybe short throwing play. They're not getting
Pass play.
desperate. And they get short yardage. And
Smart gain.
Smart gain. They're not getting desperate. They got their check down. The safety valve, they need to get the yardage. What Davenport's doing on the pass is what Haines City's doing on the run, but yet Haines City's doing it way more efficiently.
Yeah, the run. Haines City's offense definitely seems to be working a lot better than the Broncos.
Absolutely, and you can see that on the game and on the scoreboard. Well, all it takes is one big play. It's a game of runs. Second and
Looks like the Broncos are going for a pass.
second and about 5 here. Let's see what they do.
Man-to-man defense with
Man-to-man
Carl Jean
defense
Bart.
and,
It's out to him,
oh!
but it bounces
Oh,
right off his hands.
Yes,
Almost an interception for Haines City.
Yeah, honestly, they do have to thank themselves that it wasn't an interception. It was a terrible drop there from the offense. It's something that you can't see right now, and it shows that they're not in a winning position at all.
Things are not looking good. The Broncos offense is starting to disconnect more and more.
Third down and about 5. We'll see what the Broncos offense does here, but it needs to be productive. Absolutely. It's a passing play, I assume. Snaps a little high. It gets
12 is
broken up. 12. He
12
was looking.
12 was open.
He was looking
Could have
for.
possibly made a play there.
He was looking for 12, but the offensive line just didn't hold up for Aiden. It's the most unfortunate a play can be at this situation at this time of the game.
Would have been a feat of amazing accuracy had Aiden bombed that ball out.
It's unfortunate. The wide receivers actually did their job there. The wide receivers did their job there. Made themselves open, but Aiden just didn't have the time, and the offensive line just didn't hold up, unfortunately. And
It's just a continuous disconnection from the Broncos offense
agree.
that's causing this loss
I
right
agree
now.
they might. I assume
And this punt is not putting the defense in a very good position, as the defense is predominantly out there on the field right now. The fatigue and the mental fortitude of these players has definitely taken a toll.
And there's only so much game left as he returns it at about the 53. Picks up at about the 53. There's not a lot of game left for the Broncos. You only have so much more drive, so many more drives to go. So if the offense doesn't produce early in the fourth quarter, it's hard to see a way where this turns out well for us.
Indeed. The best thing the Broncos can do right now is put some points on the board before this game ends.
But of course, a 12-point deficit isn't impossible to come back from, but they're losing momentum at a very steady rate.
It's hard to see.
It's hard to see, but you do want to have some hope for the home team. As the defense goes at about midfield, we'll see what they can do.
The QB just takes the ball running,
It's a run does
picks up the first down.
Picks up the first down, a spin move, and the tackle was not made before the first down.
This run game is something you can definitely see evident that Haines City's worked on.
And you can tell it's definitely their strongest part of their offense. No questions about it. They're not trying to hide it. They let Davenport know often that they're going to run.
And
But it's
even
just-
when they pass, they still connect. This offense
Yeah.
is still connecting in both ways of offense.
It's just, you see both sides of the ball for Haines City. It's just working very well right now. Things are starting to fall apart. A run, double
Haines City
handoff.
takes the ball running.
It's about running, but they get the stop.
Taken
there.
down by number 8. A buddy tackle by the Broncos defense.
These are the stops that the Broncos need to make. It's a short 7, okay.
Looks like it's definitely going to be another run. The QB just
Of course,
takes
the
it
QB
again.
Takes it. We need the stop here, and they get the stop. Not before they gain a little bit of yardage. They could have stopped a little earlier, but let's not nitpick here.
He's quite an athletic QB. Very shifty
It's very apparent.
when they hand him the ball.
It's a third down here. This is a stop the Broncos need to make, but it seems like the third quarter is coming to an end before the play can go. And the quarter comes to an end. It's heading into the fourth quarter. And Justin, I just have to ask, what can the Broncos do to turn this game around with 12 minutes left to go?
Right now, it's up to the players. The coaches are definitely putting plays out there that could create possibilities for this offense, but some disconnect is going on within this squad.
And I do agree, it is a very hard situation to come back from. And I do feel like the coaches are drawing up the plays that need to be drawn up, but the players are just not executing as well as they should be. These are very capable players, and we've seen that time and time again, but the plays are just not being made right now. And in order for them to come back from this game, you have to see both units, both sides of the ball do well.
You definitely have to see both sides of the ball succeed. It's a troublesome sight right now. (12-0) going into the fourth quarter for Haines City.
All right, and the fourth quarter is soon to be starting. Both teams lined up. You need to see some good things from the Broncos, and you need to see them as quickly as possible. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And it's a fumble! It's a fumble!
Who's got it?
It's a fumble!
It looks like Haines City might have came away with the
They
ball.
came away with it, but the Broncos are confident. They needed this play. This is the type of play they needed, but it seems
Haines
like
City got the ball.
It seems like the Haines City got
recovered.
the ball back, and it's very unfortunate that they got the ball back. That was just a play they needed to get back into this game.
It definitely would have brought the whole team much needed confidence in this game.
Exactly. What a shame, but maybe they can draw up another play like that and execute and give this team the momentum they need to score. Oh. Seems like there was a problem with that play.
The refs discussing their decision. Looks like
False
a false start
It
on
seems-
Haines City.
Yeah, it seems like a false start in Haines City, which will bring them back a few. Let's hope that the Broncos can capitalize on that.
Takes them back 5 yards.
And in
on fourth down too.
on fourth down, yeah, you
Quite
have
a grave mistake for the Haines City
you
offense.
have to see a punt here, don't you? Have to see a punt. But they're about midfield. It might give the Broncos some bad field position, but at this point, we have to live with it.
This Broncos special teams definitely needs to move this ball up the field to give the offense a good chance in this quarter.
Yeah, it's now or never. It is now or never. The time is running out.
Almost a
nearly
blocked punt.
blocked. And they couldn't make a play. There's a lot of near plays that the Broncos made that would definitely change the momentum of this game, but they're not making it. It's very unfortunate. Very sad to see.
The blocking of the receiving Broncos clearly proved non-efficient.
And here, I will say, straightforward, we need to see the offense produce here in this drive.
Oh, for sure.
'Cause I don't see a very open position of winning if they don't score on this drive.
We definitely can't see another turnover within our half of the field.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You are correct, Justin. If we see another turnover on our side of the field, it's very close to being ball game. They're doing a running play on the right side, and it gets read by Haines City again. They have been playing a beautiful ball game.
Looks like it's going to be no gain for the Broncos.
About no gain, right? It goes into second down. What do you see here from the Broncos?
I don't know what much left there is that they can do.
I do think
It's really up to the people out on that field. It's just you could sum it up to first game nerves, but I don't want to make that excuse.
you are correct. The Broncos need to do something and something quick, and they do another running
run
play.
game.
Cuts in the middle.
Good cut by the running back.
It is a good cut. Does have some minimal gain, and it's back to third down for the Broncos. The plays are just not going well on offense. Though it seems like they're utilizing the running game when they don't need to, but also utilize the passing game not as well as they need to as well.
It seems like they're just choosing the wrong thing for the moment. This is a difficult game of chess.
It's hard to see anything else but a passing play in this situation. It's third and long, and they need the yardage. They need the first down here if they want to stay alive in this game. A passing play it is. They try and throw it deep between the defense, and it's
almost an
overthrown.
interception.
Overthrown again. Honestly, Aiden has
Almost
just not,
an interception.
He has just not been on point today. He's felt rushed, overthrown the ball a few times.
Thrown into double coverage again. A risky move by the QB.
It is a risky move, but it was a makeable play. I know how skilled he is. It was a play that he was able to make, but he just didn't. It seemed like the nerves got to him from the pass rush.
Definitely able to pick up a very good gain on that play.
You see, they might have to punt again in this situation, having more confidence in their defense.
Seems like they're not yet certain of what their move is going to be.
It's a shame. As you've seen across this entire game, there's a lot of plays on offense that could have been made, but they just didn't capitalize on them.
You can see the defense ready to get back out on the field. It looks like there's a flag there. Maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. But there is there is something on the field. There's something
yellow on the field. It might just be one of the players' cleats.
Maybe.
Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, he's using the binoculars, but he cannot determine it even then.
I cannot. Holding on Haines City.
Holding on Haines City in this situation, which is a very late flag, it seems.
It's a good advantage towards the Broncos, though.
Oh, is it still Broncos offense?
Indeed, the Broncos get their first down.
They get their first down. Wow.
A much-needed break for this offense.
But breaks aren't going to score points. That's the problem here.
But this could lead to it.
It's another throwing play, and he might get
Swarmed
sacked. He
by
gets
the-
out. He runs out. He needs to get the ball away, and he doesn't. Oh, nasty.
Almost a dangerous situation
Nasty,
for
yeah,
Aiden.
nasty tackle. Here. You hope it was fine. Yeah, very nasty tackle. You'd hope to see something good there, but you just can't.
He's pretty upset at what just occurred there.
Maybe it's a timeout, or maybe he's walking off the field. I assume he's okay, but he is walking off of the field. Very frustrated, and I would be frustrated too. I understand his frustration.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Looking at that play, he got hit from two different sides.
He's coming back on the field, but not only that, his O-line has not been helping him that much this game, and
Not much time in the pocket
not much
for
time
our
in the pocket.
QB.
And yes, and I do agree. And not only that, the connections have just not been there today. All around has been a very frustrating game for the quarterback.
Yeah, and if this O-line is not keeping up their blocks, then the receivers don't have time to get open as well.
And you know what that means.
And then the dominoes just start to fall.
Exactly. Good call, Justin. If the O-line doesn't make the plays, the quarterback can't make the plays, the receivers can't make the plays, and it's all around just a bad time. You do expect better things in the future for the Broncos, though. Maybe you are seeing some first game nerves here.
Possibly. But we do have some consistency in this squad. Some
You're
veterans are out on that field.
You are right. You are correct in that situation, but it's offense. Second down for the Broncos. We need to see something here. Maybe give us a little bit of hope. Oh, bad snap. Bad snap. They have to recover the football there. And you see Aiden is incredibly frustrated with his offensive line. And you can't blame him, can you?
Not at all.
And
A flag is thrown. I can't exactly determine what the call is.
And if there's one problem you've seen with the Broncos football team across the 3 years that we've been around, their offensive line just doesn't block at points. There's some points in the game where they just don't do their job well.
It's very 50-50 and hit or miss with our team.
Yes, I do agree. Sometimes the offensive line holds up, but other times they make it difficult. They make it difficult for the quarterback to do their job. But what I do know about the offensive line, they have been putting in a lot of work this offseason.
Oh, for sure.
It's a Broncos first down. It was a flag on Haines City, to be exact.
These are very lucky breaks that the Broncos are getting.
Very much so. I do agree. Very much lucky breaks. But with 7 minutes, 43 seconds left on the clock, they can't just keep getting breaks to progress.
Hopefully, with the emotion going on in this offense right now, it won't cloud their gameplay.
But in any sport, emotion can also be a killer.
It could be the motivation they need, this disappointment with themselves.
Yeah, let's see it positive.
To do better.
Yeah, I do agree. Let's see it positively. But what's good about the breaks that the Broncos are getting right now, it's also giving a lot of time for the defense to recover. It's keeping the offense on the field.
That definitely is true. This defense could come out on the field refreshed and ready now that they're getting some much needed rest.
I'll tell you something. I do not expect the Broncos defense to let up any more points on the board.
Oh, definitely not. This defense is held very strong, especially with the consistent run game of Haines City. That takes a big toll on the defense.
Yes, I do agree. It's never been easy to take down and protect and defend. But once the
Looks
offense
like the call is going to benefit the Broncos.
starts up again, maybe another passing play. And it is. He does have a little bit of time over the shoulder, and it's overthrown again.
He had much better options than that right there.
And if you've been watching, he went for that option for the third time this game, and it's been overthrown all 3 times.
These small yards is what's necessary, and he had 3 receivers on the left side that he could have possibly thrown a ball to.
But this deep in the game, you have to expect that the offense is becoming a little bit desperate, which is what we didn't want to see from this team.
You definitely want to see a clear and controlled head.
I mean, realistically speaking, they're not down by that much, so you don't have to go for broke immediately.
Not at all, not at all. This team could come back. They have the potential to within their squad to make this happen.
And a timeout is being called and very much needed. Very much needed.
A good time for the Broncos offense to regroup and reestablish their game plan. You can see the offensive coaches talking to their players.
Yeah, honestly, the game plan wasn't terrible heading into the game, but they just don't execute. They need to execute, execute, execute.
You can see the coaches are clearly not happy with the performance being put out by their team.
According to the marker, it was going to be a 4th down for the Broncos. I assume they will be going for it because what else can you do, right?
It's the time is now.
If you're going to score, you have to score now. Oh,
And
and
a
they
false
drew
start.
it. Beautiful, beautiful.
Good execution and discipline by this offense.
Or was it the Haines City players are calling out Davenport, perhaps saying that it was Davenport that had the false start, excuse me. But we'll see who
I don't know. I saw Haines City jump
I
off their
did see
line.
Haines City jump off the line first.
And it's a false start on Haines City.
It's offsides. Oh, it's offsides. Offsides on Haines City. First down, Broncos, another break. But it was also a smart play, smart discipline play from the Broncos. So less of a break and more just drawing them off sides. They're getting first downs. No matter how, a first down is a first down no matter which way you get it. And another offside.
Looks like Haines City jumps off sides once more.
Now this is what Davenport needs.
Could be giving the Broncos another gain of yards and first down.
Wow, this is what Davenport needs. Maybe this is frustrating the Haines City defense.
You can see some changes being made on the field by Haines City.
First down and 5 for the Broncos. Let's see what they do here. It might be a running play. But it's a throw.
Aiden has time.
Aiden has time. He has time to run. He's throwing it.
He makes his pass.
Makes his
And
play
it's a
to
connect.
14, and he's running deep. They make the tackle,
Taken
but he
down
gets a good
after the
amount
20.
of yardage. This is what the Broncos need.
See, when you give the QB time to make his reads, then you can see the plays being created
exactly.
and made.
Just like that, Justin. They're in the red zone, and they have a chance to put points on the board, but they need to capitalize at this instant.
We just need consistency at this rate from the Broncos.
Absolutely. You see, once the offensive line connects and everyone connects together with the run play, it gets a minimum amount of yardage. But as I was saying, once the entire offense connects together, we can make some magic happen.
For sure.
But it's unfortunate that we started doing it so late into the game. But you do see the Broncos' chances of winning this game rising. Very small rate, but it is rising.
Oh, yeah, you definitely see what the Broncos can do when they're together.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it just shows the potential of this team.
Just shows how hard it is to stop a stampede.
Absolutely, a Broncos stampede. A second down. Let's see what the Broncos do in this situation. They need to score here. Oh, he gets rushed, but
Aiden
Aiden
gets
runs.
a good gap to run through. Gets his legs
my
taken out, but it's an
goodness.
amazing gain.
An amazing gain. Aiden says this game is not over yet. First down for the Broncos, giving a lot of momentum. And with the momentum coming from the offense, what do you see the defense doing?
They're just going to turn up. They're just going to turn up.
When you see on the
when
sideline,
this ball turns over after a touchdown from the Broncos.
yes, and they make a running play.
It's going to get
outside,
stopped.
and it gets stopped. Not the play to run there. Great defense from Haines City. You have to get back in this game. You have to get into the end zone here. You're not getting any better opportunity than this, right?
Second and goal from the Broncos. They're definitely in a good position. And this is where they can make something happen.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Let's see if their red zone offense is as good as their defense.
So arm's length away. Do you see a run or a pass here? What do you think is the right play to make in this situation?
You could definitely go for a run to get closer to the end zone.
And you do know the Broncos are definitely going for the fourth down if must be.
They will make the brave decision here.
And it's
Looks
another
like
upgrade
Aiden
for
takes
Aiden
it.
down.
Could he make it inside?
And he gets the touchdown. Gets the touchdown. Another
points on the board for the Broncos.
That's his bread and butter. And it finally pays off. Touchdown, Broncos. That's what they needed.
You can just see the lights turn on in all of these players' heads.
Now the fans are loud, the cheerleaders are loud, and the players are the loudest. 4:18 to go. The game is not over. If the defense plays exactly like they've been doing all game, the Broncos have a chance to come back and have and make the upset.
Broncos are going to kick, and it's offsides for Haines City.
Oh my, if there's one thing I want, it's for Justin to swallow his tongue by the end of this game. I need to see it.
This is exactly what I'm hoping for. I was praying this team would prove me wrong by the end of this clock. By the time this clock runs out.
And he makes the
kick,
which puts him in a great position to win the game.
Good spot for the Broncos.
An amazing spot for the Broncos. If the defense makes one stop, and they have all the momentum, Justin. If the defense gets the stop, then what can the offense do? They could win the game.
They just need one touchdown. Just one. Not even with an extra point. No field goal needed. Just a touchdown.
Absolutely. And I am telling you, Justin, one big play was all they needed. It gives you excitement for what could happen next in this game. Great play from the offense. Although at the start of the drive, it seemed like they were getting bailed out and they wouldn't make any progress. But once the entire offense connected, Aiden could make his read, everything just started to click.
Everything fell into place.
Absolutely. Now, I don't want to say too much because I do believe in the commentator curse, but let's see what happens.
Broncos going to kick off. Let's see a good stop from them. This special teams unit has been doing good all game.
And it's
Onside
another
kick!
kick! Oh! Everyone jumps on it! Who recovers it?
The entire stadium is on edge.
And it seems like Haines City recovers it. Oh my goodness! It was
Disappointing.
disappointing. It was a risky play, and honestly,
This could lead to the same consequences that the onside kick
could
had
be.
in the first half of the game.
but they trust their defense. They do trust their defense in this situation here.
Quite a bold move for the coaches
It-
to make.
But Davenport is not scared to be risky in that situation, and it nearly paid off. As you saw, the first player in the Hornets that touched it did not retrieve the ball there. So it was a bit loose, but the Hornets make the clutch play with 4 minutes left to go. Let's see what the Davenport defense does here. And a timeout is called, and honestly, a timeout is needed for not only the players, but for me.
No, for sure. My heart's definitely beating.
As you can see, this team does have a lot of potential. When the plays connect, the team finds ways to win.
Oh, definitely. The potential in this squad is limitless. It's just a matter of them getting the chemistry and fine-tuning and coming all together.
Absolutely, when the plays are being made, it's hard to stop this squad. The defense back on the field, you have to hope for something good to happen.
For sure, the Broncos need all the time they can get.
First down. You see a running play.
That's
Fumble!
a fumble!
Fumble! It might be ball. The Broncos
Looks like
might
the
have the
Broncos
ball.
have it. Looks like the Broncos could have it.
Unsure right now.
The ref is still untangling this pile of players.
It's Haines City recovers again. A lot of mistakes that the Haines City makes in this situation, but
Getting saved by the skin of their teeth at times.
it's just a shame that we couldn't capitalize on that. But second down now, let's see what happens. It's a run
Handoff.
play on the left, and it's a good stop.
Minimal gain.
Man, you think about that fumble, and you believe that we could have gotten that ball. They come back! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Recover by the Broncos! Oh my goodness! It was another fumble!
The Broncos offense is going to take the field.
Oh my goodness! What a play! We couldn't even see it. It was on the far side of the field. Oh my God! The Broncos have a chance to win this game in clutch time.
Look, looks
the
like the refs are discussing their decision
Yeah, the
again.
refs are having some discussion. Oh, there's 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. 3:43, excuse me. This could make or break the game. The offense is back on the field. You have to be on your feet in this situation.
It's a great thing to see for the Broncos.
Imagine, how would this be if the Broncos came back to win this game? What an amazing season opener it would be. I don't want them to get desperate, though. I do want to see some checkdowns, some run plays. He throws it deep.
Throws it to 5.
Good defense.
Almost an amazing one-hander.
Great defense. He saw it out.
Good attempt. Just a little bit off.
Yeah, I was just about to say it was not the worst decision made by Aiden. He wanted to go for broke there. He had the decent accuracy in that situation, but the defense just read it. It was a great play by the DB.
I'm looking forward to being completely wrong about my assumption of this team.
Yeah, it does give you some hope for this drive. It was nearly up there. Even the players on the sidelines are smiling. Second down, we might see a run play here, or we might go back to the pass. Maybe get some yardage. Let's see. That's a flag. I think it might be a false start. And that it is. What a shame, but at least they still have the same amount of downs to go. But it is a shame. It is.
A disappointing loss of yards for the Broncos. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in this game.
Yes, there is. You don't want to see a miracle happen at this point. But less of a miracle. I know our talents. It's less of a miracle and more of just us connecting. It's another
passing play.
Oh,
but Aiden
no!
gets swarmed.
Oh, but it's a flag. It might be a roughing the passer
thrown
call.
on the sack.
It might be a roughing the passer call, which might have saved from a monster sack.
The QB has definitely taken some beatings here in this game.
Absolutely. We'll see what the call is. Let's hope it's on Haines City. And it is on Haines City, sparking some life back into the Broncos.
The Broncos start to gain back the yards they lost from that false start call.
Absolutely, and look at number 12 trying to cheer on the team, trying to make the fans turn up. Second down for the Broncos. Let's see what they do in this situation. At the Bronco 45.
The clock ticking down.
Clock ticking down, but they do have
Broncos
a lot of time.
still trying to figure out their play.
They do have a lot of time. 3 minutes is well more than enough to get a touchdown in this situation. All right, second down. And it's a timeout.
A good opportunity for the Broncos offense to discuss their options and figure exactly what they're going to do for the rest of this drive.
Absolutely. All they need is 6. If they get 6, they're in the lead with a great position to win the game. They don't need a conversion. They don't need a point after attempt. All they need is 6 points, and I believe that we can get it. The offense gets back on the field. It's tugging at the heartstrings.
This game has definitely got me on the edge of my seat. What a great opener to the
You are
season.
right. Honestly, you are writing their obituary. But let's see. A throwing play. He has a little bit of time. Scrambles, throws it deep. It's too overthrown.
Overthrown.
Another missed opportunity by Aiden. Oh, unfortunate. Man, imagine if that play connected.
I'm definitely happy with what's been going on in this fourth quarter.
Absolutely, but you want to see that play get made.
Definitely the beginning of this game has not been in favor of the Broncos, but they are starting to do what I've known they can.
And that score. Win games. And imagine how much of a statement win it would be to defeat their rivals in Haines City after a 39-0 defeat last year. Imagine.
The welcoming on Monday would be quite deserved.
Absolutely. Third down, they need to make the They need to make a play here. It's a throwing
Going
play.
for a pass.
And he throws deep again.
Airs it out to two.
Oh,
a little
my
bit long.
goodness, A little bit
little long.
The play needs to be made there.
That was their third down.
He had a lot of space to make the catch there.
That was their third down. Now they're at 4 with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. What are the Broncos going to do?
I do think that they're going to go for this, but that play definitely should have been made.
Definitely a touchdown attempt by the Broncos.
Man, it's hard to see that play not get made. The wide receiver made enough space for himself to catch the ball, but the quarterback just couldn't connect.
A slight miscalculation.
Slight miscalculation, and we've been seeing that a lot this game.
It looks like the Broncos are going to attempt a first down.
Which makes sense. They do have some faith.
This is where it matters the most.
They need the first down here.
Every part of this offense
Let's go.
needs to be on their game. A motion.
Done a motion. He's doing a throwing play. He scrambles. He runs for the first.
He's not
oh no!
A disappointing stop to the drive.
Disappointing stop. Man, and you have to say that a run was just not the option there. Haines City's defense has been aware all
Good
game.
pass defense by Haines City.
Absolutely. It was great pass defense, but honestly, I do believe that you have to get the ball out there. The Haines City defense has been aware all game on the run. So you have to take the chance in that situation.
I don't believe that all of their receivers should have gone deep.
Yes, I do believe
There should have been an option made to secure a first down.
And I do agree.
Other than the QB scrambling out.
And that's very much agreed. They had time on the clock. They could have made a play, but it just didn't happen. The game is not over, but it's not looking great.
Defense back on the field.
Defense back on the field. It's a run play from number 2 on the left, and they get a good amount of yardage, and he breaks free.
Amazing separation.
He breaks free. Amazing
He's gonna
separation.
take it down
It's
to
going to
the
be
hole.
a touchdown, which might be the nail in the coffin. Great run from number 2.
Looks like this can mean the end of the game for the Broncos. But they've
Keyshawn-
definitely shown what they can do.
Keyshawn Tyler, he's been playing amazing all night, and you cannot deny that. He's been making a lot of space on his runs.
Just amazing speed by number 2.
Yeah, you cannot deny the kid's been playing amazing, but it's just very sad to see that we had a chance, but we couldn't capitalize on it. There's 2 minutes left on the clock, but it's hard to see a situation where Davenport wins this game. They call it timeout trying to think it over, but what more can they do in this situation?
Sadly, I'm not seeing much of a future here for the hopes of this game.
We'll see what we build on.
With 2 minutes and 23 seconds left, it would take an absolute miracle from this team.
And it seems that they're going for two again for the third time.
2 touchdowns is necessary for the Broncos and not a lot of time. If the Broncos do end up scoring, an onside kick would most likely be their only option to get back in.
I think it's a guarantee. They fumble here, and he nearly took it back to get 2 points of his own. But they stopped They have been very good at red zone defense.
Good stoppage on the 2-point
As you can see,
conversion. I
2
completely
touchdowns of
agree.
the game that was scored by Haines City was past about the 50-yard line. So their red zone defense has been very well, and they stopped every single 2-point conversion. But it's those long breaks that just hurt the Broncos at the very end of the game.
This Broncos offense needs to do as much as they can to keep the time
yeah,
running on that board.
I agree. It has to be a
They
quick,
need to keep time up there.
absolutely. It needs to be a quick offensive drive, and I wouldn't be mad at a field goal in this situation if they get close enough to keep it as a one-score game.
100%.
Because at this point, you only see a win by an onside kick.
Possibly a field goal here, onside, touchdown, 2-point conversion could tie up this game.
And at this point, you do see the Broncos getting desperate. They probably will air it out.
It's a good kick by Haines
And
City.
might return it. We need to see some good blocking. He cuts through the middle, getting met by about 4 Haines City defenders. Now, you do see a lot of deep passing plays in the future here. You do see.
Definitely, but they cannot waste all their downs on trying to get down the field.
Maybe so. And it's the last chance for the Davenport Broncos. Let's see what they do in this situation. They don't seem to lose any hope in
A
themselves. and it's
flag
gonna be
thrown.
Let's see who the flag is on. It might be on the offense.
Looks like it was one too many men on the field.
And they're just digging themselves in a deeper and deeper hole, and it's hard to see them get out of it. At 21, this is their last chance. Go for the passing play here. I'm looking at something deep. He looks at number 2. Too high.
Just over his head.
It's unfortunate to see that. A lot of overthrown balls today, a lot.
An unfortunate disconnection by QB and receiver.
Yeah, and a lot. It's something you don't want to see. It's something you don't want to see out of your quarterback. After this game, you can tell that he's going to practice a lot on that. It's second down and about 10 for the Broncos. Let's see what they do in this situation. With 2 minutes and 12 left on the field. steps back. He rushes. Let's see if he looks for a read. No, he takes
He
the
takes
run
it out of bounds.
and goes out of bounds. Wanting to stop the clock, at least save them a little bit of time if they do end up scoring. Third down and 10. It was for no gain. I apologize. It was a gain of 5.
Puts them back at where they started. 10 yards to go for a first down. Looks like
Good snap.
Looks like he has a target
He
at
seems like
2.
he's
Waited
gonna
a bit
throw
too
it
long.
deep
Into
in
triple coverage.
and he
It's
got
caught.
the ball.
It's caught.
In triple coverage.
An
Oh my
amazing play
goodness
by
from Carl. An amazing play from quarterback and receiver. You'd love to see that more in triple coverage.
And because it was a first down, that clock has stopped. The Broncos are back out onto the field. 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining.
It sounds like they step back again. He might get sacked, but he runs.
He makes a
runs
run.
and-
He could pick up the first down, and he gets it and heads out of bounds.
Amazing run. Look at the speed to evade that sack and pick up the first down.
An amazing effort by Aiden George.
It's just crazy to see that even though they're down and have so little time left on the clock, they're not going to stop fighting, and the lights are off.
And the field has blacked out in a confusing occurrence for everybody in attendance.
Reminds you of little San Fran versus Baltimore. Oh, all
Everybody.
the Fireflies for. I do want to give a rest in peace to Wyndham Rotunda. By the way, Fireflies out. It's a bit ironic.
And the cheerleaders still trying to hype up this crowd, even in pitch black darkness.
Absolutely. Hey, God does some amazing things.
Indeed, indeed.
And believe it or not, this blackout is giving the fans something to cheer about.
Most definitely. Quite a unique experience for an opening game.
But you love to see the fans cheering out there. Can you see? Ladies and gentlemen, the lights are back on. Can you believe it, Justin?
What a unique experience that just occurred
Wow.
onto the field.
Let's
What
see
an
if we can-
exciting season opener for both teams.
It really gets you excited for the season. And I don't know if you can hear this, but the fans here are playing We Will Rock You.
Very engaged in
Very
this game.
engaged in this game, the final minutes. Well, let's see what the Broncos offense can do here. Maybe give them something more to cheer about. Broncos are down by a touchdown and a field goal. It's taking a while to get this game back up. And the whistle is now blown. Play will now continue. 1:42 left on the clock. First down for the Broncos. Let's see what they will do. It's a throwing play.
Looks like they're
He's
all
throwing
heading out.
deep. Oh my God, nearly picked off.
Just unfortunate touchdown attempts going on by this Broncos offense.
Do you believe that was the right target? I think it might have been not the greatest read, but he still has 3 downs left to go. 1:36 left on the clock. All right, second down.
Looks like they might try something similar again.
Second down, steps back. He's getting rushed.
Looks like
breaks the rush. Let's see if he goes for the run. And he does. Gets a few yards there. But the clock is running. Third down. The clock is running. They do need to hurry up.
Third down, very small gain. They need a first down here.
If they don't get it, they will go for fourth down. But the clock is running.
They don't have much time left in this game.
He's going for the ball at 5. Beautiful pass. Beautiful pass. Bulleted to number 5. Carl's had an amazing game today.
An amazing play on the ball by number 5, Carl. Really reaching down to grab that.
And Aiden flops after the flag. Yeah, Carl's just had an amazing game today. He's made the plays when he needed to. What do you think?
Just a few points could put these Broncos back in the contest. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion gets them.
And they're right back in the ball
gets
game.
them
You're
right back in it. But there is not a lot of time left.
Right, second down with about a minute left to go. They have 0 time to waste. Absolutely none.
Aiden
He's looking
scrambles
for a
out
read.
again.
He needs
He's
to go out of bounds.
He's got to get out of bounds.
He
He
has
knows
to get out
it.
of
He knows
bounds.
it. He's moving.
And he gets out of bounds. Great play and gets the first down. Very clutch play by Aiden there.
I'd say within 5 yards of a touchdown.
Absolutely. Aiden's playing very clutch in the last few moments of this game. A little more than 50 seconds left on the clock. You have to think that even with the onside kick, they have 0 time to spare.
Oh, for sure. They've got to make moves on this ball.
Absolutely. They need to score. In my opinion, I think they need to score either in this play or the play after to save some time for the onside kick.
Looks like they might try.
I think
Run
they're
the
trying
ball.
a run, and it just
It
doesn't
gets
work
stopped.
out. And a timeout is called.
47.5 seconds left in the game.
A timeout is called. You understand why they make that play, but it just didn't work out there.
Definitely a good play call by the coaches in this team. Looks like the teams are back out on the field.
Ready? Honestly, I think the Broncos need a score here.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done on this play right here.
Soon. Yeah, I agree.
And they need to connect on that onside kick that they've been trying.
Absolutely. They're 0 for 2, but the second one nearly works, so you never know. But even after onside kick, they have a lot of yardage to make.
This could be a game that comes down to the kicker.
Taking a while to drop a play and for the game to start. Haines City calling for a delay of game, maybe. We apologize for the delay in advance. It's taking a while for the game to start up again. Again, as a reminder, the Hornets are winning 18-7 with 47.5 seconds left on the clock.
Quite a while to get this started back up again. And the whistle's blown.
The whistle's blown. The game is started up again. A motion. Oh, and he
Looks
does
like Aiden's gonna take it.
Aiden's gonna take it. Oh, nasty tackle.
A nasty hit.
Did he score there?
And looks, the refs
seems
have blown the whistle.
Seems to be limping a little bit. It was a nasty tackle to about the knee area. It was a great play by the Hornets defender.
That's the type of tackle that can put somebody on an injury list.
Absolutely. 37.2 left to go on the clock. Time is of the essence for the Broncos. It's a shame they couldn't get the touchdown is right there. It was a great play.
With 37.2 seconds left, I don't know how much time they're going to have to try and get this field goal in there, even if they get this touchdown.
And I agree. They only have 2 plays left to get the touchdown anyway, but they are about at the 2-yard line.
Could possibly try a QB sneak.
No, but they go for a throw play. Fade. Oh, my goodness. Almost an amazing play from number 12. But honestly, I didn't see the
unfortunate set of events.
I didn't see the passing play there, and now it's 4th down.
33 seconds left.
And this is the ball game. If they don't get this here, the game is over. 4th and goal. The touchdown is needed here to stay alive. And here you go. This is the game. 4th and goal. Let's see what the Broncos do to try and stay alive. The referee is blowing the whistle. It's a timeout. Having to think it over, and rightfully so.
A lot of timeouts have been used in this game.
Now with this, the game is in the hands of this play. What do you think the Broncos should run here?
It's definitely a tricky spot to decide what's best for this team right
Absolutely.
now. But if you could get somebody to motion and jet out along the other side, and you can find him in that right moment, that right gap. It all comes down to the perfect situation for this team, I believe, and just something amazing happening.
And I do agree. I do believe that there has to be a play that the Haines City Hornets just don't expect. Something not as simple as a run on the inside or just a fade.
Maybe we
But
could
they
see some
might-
acrobatics from Aiden,
Yeah, they
possibly
might
jumping
run a
over
QB keeper.
the offensive and D line to get in there.
Absolutely. They've been running QB keeper all game. Let's see if they use it again. This is the game. He goes for the throw, though. There's
Pass
a flag.
interference.
There's a flag for pass interference. Which takes the ball to about the 1. Although this pass interference does help, the time is still running on the clock with 30 seconds left to go. Approachment, excuse me. Fourth down for the Broncos. They have to get the touchdown here. It's a QB sneak. Did they get held up?
It's no good for
It's
the Broncos.
no good, and that is game
And that is
over.
the end of their
A
drive.
beautiful goal line stand from the Haines City Hornets to close out this game. A beautiful play from the Haines City Hornets defense, and they've been playing well all game. And that just might be all she wrote. With 22 seconds left on the clock, all Haines City has to do is get out of their own end zone.
But just by looking at the scoreboard, you can definitely see some improvement from the Broncos.
Absolutely, absolutely. Their defense has been playing better. Their offense, although they didn't connect as much as they needed to, you can tell that the talent is definitely there. There's definitely some more improvement to be made. But you have to be excited of what's to come for this team. Now, first down, Haines City just attempts to get out of their own end zone and end this game.
Possibly just taking a knee right here.
And get out of their own end zone. They did. I believe they can just take a knee here or run the clock out right now. And with the clock running down, the Haines City Hornets are going to beat the Davenport Broncos in the season home opener 18-7.
An unfortunate ending to the game for the Broncos.
But there's definitely some work to be done. And your final score is 18-7. The Haines City Hornets win.
Nothing left to say but a great season opener.
And thank you for tuning in. A pleasure to be your co-host.
Pleasure.